We have two types of PowerPoints that we like to trade, and one's called a short or a sell PowerPoint trade, and the other one's a buy or go long PowerPoint trade. So initially, what I'm going to do here is show you the first one, give you an example of the first one and how it would execute the trade, and also then I'll go into a long one and show you how that's actually executed as well. So we've got the market coming up, and these blue boxes are what we call the PowerPoints. So when you come into the trading room, you'll see these be popping up all over the place, and there's a select few that we'll look to trade. Just for this example though, I want to show you how they're executed and where we enter the trade, where our stop loss will be and our profit target would be when we're going into the trade. So quite clearly here you can see the market is coming up here. So in this case we're looking to go short here. So we're expecting the market to drop back down, and this is what's called a short or a sell PowerPoint trade. So where we'd actually enter it is at what's called the PowerPoint tip, which is right at the front of this PowerPoint. So if you can just imagine, we can't, when the market's coming up here, we know the price in advance what it is. Okay, so we'd be looking to sell up there. If you look across to the right, and this is the price scale, it's 1307.50. So we know that in advance that the PowerPoint's sitting there, and when the market comes up, we're going to be selling when it hits the 1307.50 and be going short. So on our trading domes, what we actually do is we have automatically set our stop loss and our profit targets into the market. At the moment, we're running with what's called a 6-tick stop loss or a 1.25 point. Okay, so I've just put a stop loss arrow here just to show you where roughly our stop loss would be. And also, the other thing that we need to know is when we go into a trade is where our exit is going to be and what's our profit target. So for this example, I've just put 2 points. Our stop losses and profit targets will vary, and you just have to follow in the trading room. For different trades, we might go for a little bit more, or we might be doing managing the trade as well. So we've got our trade exit here as well at 2 points. So on a short or a sell PowerPoint trade, what we're looking for the market to do is come up, in this case, and hit the PowerPoint, even go in it a little bit, and then reverse and come back down. So that's a clear-cut setup of what we call a sell or a short PowerPoint trade. There's a select few that we'll be looking to take through the day, but basically every time the market comes and hits one of the blue boxes, which are the PowerPoints, we've got the opportunity to whether buy off it or sell off it, depending which way the market's going. So that's just a really basic example of how they've actually done. And if you look in the trade manual, you'll see the better ones that we look for, and also all the different things that we're looking to make up our mind whether we're going to buy or sell any particular PowerPoint. So that was our sell one. Let's move across here, and I've got an example of a PowerPoint that we're looking to buy. Okay, so in this particular case, we've got the market coming down to our box. So in the trading room, you're going to have yellow boxes, orange, sometimes orange boxes, blue boxes, green boxes. And if you look in the trade manual, you see they all mean something different. But in this case, which is they're all different PowerPoints. But in this case, this is just an orange one, and this is what we actually call a reversal PowerPoint. So we're looking for the market to come down to it and then push back off it. And in this case is the same thing. As the market comes down, we're looking to buy at the tip. Okay, so the tip or the buy entry, and all of a sudden we'll have our stop loss come up on our trading domes, which would be down here, and then the profit target on this one here was 2 points, and that's where we'd be looking to get out of the trade. So it's actually they're actually very easy to execute. Most of the time we sit on what's called a limit order, so we know in advance what price we're looking to buy or sell at. In this case here, if you look to the right, we would have been looking to buy at 95.75. The way we look at our charts, there's actually an extra movement in the market, or what we call a tick, and it's actually not displayed here on the right. But what I'll do, I'll just open the price ladder up so you can actually see it for this example, that the entry on this was 95.75. But the way we just look at the charts in the market, because if we left it like this, we'd need double the size screen. So what we actually do is we close that down, and we know there's an extra tick in between these lines. And if it was at 12.95.50, the next one up would be 12.95.75. Then you've got the 12.06. So in this case here, when the market's coming down, we already know we're going to be looking to buy at 95.75. So we set a limit order on our trading dome. And once we go into our trade, our stop loss will come up on our trading dome. In this case, would be below where we entered, and then we'll have our profit target come up as well, and this can all be managed. A couple other times, what we'll do is that we'll let the market hit the PowerPoint first, and then we might be looking to buy at what's called a market order. Depending if I'm not sure about the PowerPoint or what have you, I might wait off it, let it get hit first, and see what the market's doing, and then we might enter, and that will be a slightly different price. But whatever price we enter at, the main thing is you keep your stop loss the same. So that will be what's called 1.25 points or 5 ticks, and then the profit target could be 2 points, or it can be more at times as well, because we're always going to be looking to take a bit more profit when we can, and that's always a good thing. So this is a long, or you hear in the trading rooms that we might be saying, all right, we're going to go long off this PowerPoint, or we're going to buy this PowerPoint. Both mean the same thing, and it's quite easy to follow along. So one of the things you want to do is make sure you have a look in your trade manual and go through that. You'll see the different versions and different colors, but every time we enter one, I'm just showing you the strategy, how we would exit it, and it's very, very simple. So once we basically enter the trade, we're a bystander. In the trading rooms, we might edit a few things, change our profit target a little. We might bring our stop loss up a little bit, and just manage the trade as we go along. But it's important to go through the trade manual just to have a look at this. It's quite easy to see in the trading rooms. Make sure you ask a lot of questions if you're not sure. And during the day, we'll take, we'll be looking, there'll be normally in any given day, there's one, potentially two PowerPoint trades that have a high probability of working. So through any given day, there might be, 10, 15, sometimes 20 of them come up, and we'll only be looking to trade one or two of them, trying to stay with going with the trend. Okay, so in this case here, we can see the market is pushing up. So what we're actually looking for here is it to pull back a little bit, what we call a pullback, to hit this PowerPoint and then bounce off and continue in its original direction. So that just gives you a little bit of view how the PowerPoints work, how we enter them, where our stop loss will be, where our profit target will be, and just follow along with the moderators in the trading room while you're learning this. And then you might even create some other systems around this as well. But this is one of the bread and butter trades that I used to take all the time. Used to make potentially most of my money, but now obviously we've got many signals that I can choose from, and I think the PowerPoint trades are one of the ones where when you get the right trade, you can go for a lot of profit. So in this case here, the market went up 2 points, but quite easily could have taken 4 or 5 points out of the trade, and that's one of the beautiful things about the PowerPoints. A lot of the time they go for a lot more points, and you can look to definitely take advantage of that. So this is one of the tools that we use in the trading room. You'll see them come up all day, and there's another video on how they're actually created and how they move around all day. So you'll see them in the trading room as we're going along. There'll be always an upper one and a lower one, and you'll see how that works in the trading room. But make sure you just ask a lot of questions. That's the fastest way to learn. Alrighty, thanks guys.